what kind of American are you? Oh, hi! Didn't quite see you there. Welcome to the show and welcome to Glow So Bright. Today I'll be demonstrating how bore offset, where your sights or your optic is above the barrel on your average AR-15 determines on your point of impact on how high or low your rounds are, depending on how far away you are at very, very close ranges. So, let's go do some science and let's get right to it. This rifle, this optic, this bore height, and this ammunition. And for today's ammunition, I'm going to go use Bulgarian M193 5.56 full metal jacket built-till ammunition that is military surplus. Now let's go start out at contact distance, or point-blank distance, 0 yards. From there, I'm just going to go aim at this black dot over here through my red dot sight, not compensate up and down in my aiming, and let's go and see how we do. Well, that sure did it. While the shot was directly on his neck, it decapitated him. So, yeah, I'd say this is pretty effective. Okay, so we backed up at 3 yards. Let's go aim at the center of the head, and let's go record our results. We have a new target set up. Okay, let's go and check out our target. So at 3 yards, we're 2.5 inches low. Let's go back to 5 yards and let's try it out. So we backed up 5 yards over here. Let's go and repeat this again. Okay, let's go. Okay, so on our target here at 5 yards, we have a different point of impact, but not by much. We're 2 inches low of point of aim. Let's go and record that, and let's go back up to 7 yards. Okay, we're back up at 7 yards. Let's go and see how we do. Okay, so over here, our impact is almost identical to the 3 and 5 yard distance. Our bullet is just in between these two. That could be me, but would it really matter? Probably negligible. So we have a 2.15 inch point of impact difference between the point of aim and point of impact at 7 yards. Let's go back up to 10 yards. Okay, so we're back at 10 yards. Let's go and see what we can do. Let's go check it out. Okay, so at 10 yards, our point of impact is identical to 3 yards. Which is 2.5 inches. Let's go back up to 12 yards. Okay, we're back at 12 yards. Let's go. Let's go check it out. So, we have some very interesting results. At 12 yards, our point of impact is significantly lower than our previous shots at 10 yards and in. So we're at 4 inches below the point of aim. That's a significant problem. I'll get to that later. We're at 4 inches low. Just go record that, and let's go back up to 15 yards. Okay, so we're back at 15 yards. Let's go and shoot. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay, so we have some very interesting results here. At 15 yards, we're significantly higher now. So we're at 1.4 inches below point of aim. Okay, let's go do it at 17 yards. Okay, let's go check it out. My bad, shoot error. Let's go and reshoot it. Let's go aim at 17 yards again. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay, so we reshot at 17 yards again, and point of impact is pretty close to our point of aim. So with our recorded shot over here, we're just 0.9 inches low. Okay, let's back it up to 20 yards. Okay, so we backed up over at 20 yards. Let's go shoot again, but doing standing shooting positions is a bit more challenging now, and I'm getting more and more error. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay, so with our shot at 20 yards, we're at 1 inch of our point of impact below our point of aim. Let's go and do a couple more shots. Okay, so we're 25 yards away. This is going to be a bit of a challenging shot. When I was in the Army, I had soldiers fail shooting a similar target just at a prone position, supported by sandbags. I'm going to go do this standing. Let's go check it out. Okay, so we have our results over here. We have an overall spread of 3.5 inches, with our center of that be about 2.5 inches, 2 inches, a bit low. At 12 yards, we have a big deviation, our largest deviation of 4 inches. At 17 yards, we have our smallest at 0.9 inches for all the recorded shooting. Now, that 4-inch deviation, way below the head, that's a problem, and I'll show it to you. So why is being aware of your point of impact at close distances very important with an AR-15? Well, you might encounter something like this if you're going to go do room clearing or employ an AR-15 in such close distances. We have ourselves a no-shoot target, this white one, and the shoot target. And in competition, definitely do not shoot this. And say if you're applying this in any sort of professional setting or any sort of emergencies, killing the guy who you're trying to rescue is terrible and unacceptable. So let's go back up and let's go aim directly at the center of this and see if doing that will kill our no-shoot. So here we are at 12 yards away. We have our high-risk target, And, let's try and not shoot our no-shoot while aiming directly at the center of our, target's head. Get on the ground and drop your weapon! And, I was aiming a bit high here, but even when my dot sight was at the center of it, I, shot my no-shoot. That's extremely bad. Here we have our recorded results. And here it is cleaned up with a corresponding table. Let's investigate further with the ballistic calculator and see what our simulated results are supposed to be. Huh. I'm surprised. It seems that our 12-yard shot is an outlier. Looking at our table, it would have been 1.8 inches below our point of aim. What would explain this sort of deviation would be shooter error, and other factors such as pressure on the handguard and barrel impacting the point of aim. For example, at a 100-meter target, or 110 yards, shot at with an M16A4 rifle with a standard non-free-floated handguard, similar to this AR-15, there is a significant amount of point of impact shift from sling pressure, as well as handguard pressure. Regardless of the results of our ballistic calculator, or our real-world testing, it'd be a good idea to aim slightly high at extremely close ranges, such as aiming at the upper part of the head instead of the center of the target. With IPSC and IDPA-style targets, a deviation of 2.5 inches is almost half the head of the target. And with a target size at 6 inches, that leaves not much room for error. In our no-shoot scenario, the target presented itself at even a smaller exposure. So why does this phenomenon exist? On a firearm, bullets don't directly go out of the sights, and there is a bore below the sights. With this mountain optic, the Aimpoint Pro red dot sight, it is about 2.7 inches above the bore. To have our point of aim match our point of impact, we need to zero our sight to match the trajectory of the bullet at a known distance. So at 36 yards, our bullet would hit where we aim. Yet the bullet would rise until its higher point, its max ordinate, until it starts to fly down. At extremely close distances before 36 yards, the bullet is still rising, hence the point of impact being low from our point of aim. This idea is shown on reticles that feature a ring around the dot, such as EOTech's holographic reflex sights, where the bottom part of the ring would serve as an aiming point for extremely close shots at 7 yards. See for yourself. Just be careful on what your trajectory is and make sure you don't hit the ceiling, or make sure you have it berm tall enough to not create any sort of accidents. This program is brought to you by Glow So Bright, providing documentation on citizen firearms ownership and other outdoor activities. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. Thank you. This really means a lot. Well, what kind of American are you? Are you an in-range TV American? Or are you a Grantham American? Oh, civilian tactical.